was born to do. It's important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages. Everybody wants to fulfill the highest, truest expression of yourself. Shift and uplift.
Hey. Welcome back to the Shift and Uplift podcast. Here is where we help you laugh at your fears, best friend your soul, and believe that you can. I'm your host, Jacques, and oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for you guys to be here. Of course, I always miss y'all. Now, for those of you who are new here, this podcast is about personal growth, transformation, and finding happiness in the most unexpected places. I took a little break to refuel, recharge, and gather some fresh experiences from my love life and my travel life. And now I'm back with a renewed fire to bring you more insightful, inspiring content. Today's topic is one that gets everybody talking: the art of seduction. Now, do you know who mastered it like a queen? None other than Cleopatra. She wasn't just a ruler, right? She was a strategist, an intellect, and a master of personas. And today we're diving deep into what it means to mold ourselves into different personas to meet the needs of those around us. This episode is just not about seduction in the romantic sense, but it's also about understanding human psychology, sociology, and how we can use this knowledge to better navigate our lives. Now picture this: Queen of the Nile, Cleopatra, standing before Mark Antony. She isn't just there as a beautiful queen. She's a goddess, draped in gold, smelling like the richest perfumes, speaking with a voice that can command the gods. She knew how to be everything with everyone. To some, she was wisdom. To others, she was temptation and mystery. Cleopatra was the master of adaptation, always understanding what her audience needed. And that, my dear listeners, is where we begin our journey into understanding the art of seduction. She wasn't just a seductress. She was a chameleon. She knew how to read people to become what they desired the most, someone that they can trust, a queen or a lover. Now think about that power. What would it mean to be able to walk into any room and know exactly what you needed to be to succeed? The human brain is wired with attraction and intrigue, and seduction plays into that. Let's break it down. Seduction isn't about trickery or deception. It's about playing into someone's imagination and the unmet needs. In Robert Greene's book, The Art of Seduction, it lays it out so clearly. There's like a psychological framework to all of this. Now, why do we desire to seduce? Because it gives us power. It makes us feel adored, and it fulfills a fundamental human need to be wanted. We all crave it, and whether we admit it or not, we do. It's in our nature. And Greene says that to truly seduce, you must become what the other person needs. This isn't just limited to romance. Consider business meetings and friendships or even family dynamics. Imagine being able to shift and adapt into filling the gaps in someone's life. Now, we're not talking about manipulation here. Let's get that straight. We're talking about the art of understanding, connecting, and elevating experiences. There's psychology behind all of this. Concepts like the fading effect bias, or positivity effect, where we tend to romanticize our past. Seduction can tap into those tendencies, making people yearn for that lost desire. Now, let's also talk about the different types of seducers and the targets that they go after. Robert Greene in his book identified types like the charmer, who created a sense of comfort and likability, or the star, who is captivating and draws everyone's attention like moths to a flame. Then there are targets like people who are longing for a return of their youth or their past glory. And maybe they're escapists, people who's seeking to pull out people who's seeking to pull out of their mundane lives. Each seducer matches a specific type of target, much like a puzzle piece. And here's where the fun begins. If you've ever found yourself drawn to someone unexplainably, there's a good chance that they played into your archetype perfectly. And I see that this plays out not just in my own life, but in the countless social and professional situations. So let me share. Quick story. Story time. Now, you might be wondering, how do you balance authenticity with the idea of playing a role? Here's the truth. It's a dance. Authenticity doesn't mean being a fixed version of yourself. It's about being genuine and being genuinely adaptable. You can be true to who you are while also embracing the different facets of your personality. Now, let me say that again. You can be true to who you are while also embracing the different facets of your personality. I've learned this the hard way. In a world where everyone is pushing for you to be authentic, I found that it doesn't mean being the same person in every single situation. Instead, it's about knowing your values and your boundaries and being fluid with how you express them. So, what can you take away from today's episode? It's not about seducing for the sake of conquest. It's about understanding the role that you play in someone's life and what void you can fill. What value can you add? These aren't questions for the romantics, but it's for anyone looking to build deeper, more meaningful connections. Well, that's a wrap today, folks. We've journeyed through the history with Cleopatra, dove into the psychology of seduction, and we explored how can we adapt and thrive in our interactions. Remember, the art of seduction isn't just about romance. It's about the dance of life. Be sure to tune in next time. Well, we'll maybe even discuss how to apply these techniques, leveling up your career, your business venture, your life, your sex life, your love life, and everything else in between. Until then, stay curious, stay vibrant, and remember, you have the power to captivate the world around you. Much love.